Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome. It is good to have everybody back to the second YAPOS Talks. Just a reminder, YAPOS stands for Young African Professional Online Series. And this is the second one that we've actually had, and I am very happy to see all of your faces here. I see we have a little bit of people trickling in, so I'm going to get the program started, but just wanted to say hello, bonjour, salwonani, jambo, hola. Those are the only languages that I'm able to work with currently right now. So let's get the program started. First of all, I would like to hand over to Amanda, who is the Youth Engagement Lead, who will be giving us the welcome remarks on behalf of the head of department at the AUC. So Amanda, if you could please come and step in.
Thank you very much, Janice. As a lot of you know, my name is Amanda, and as Janice said, I lead youth engagement at the Youth Division of the African Union. I'm just going to introduce us to what we're doing here today, standing in for Prudent, our head of division, who unfortunately has to be present in another meeting with other heads of department. So welcome everyone. Hi everyone. Good afternoon. Hello again to a lot of you whom I saw this morning. Like Janice said, this is the YAPOS Talks, the Young African Professional online series. And as you know, it is part of our larger conversation series as the African Union Youth Division, which is colloquially called our Youth Corner. So a lot of you already know about it. Our Youth Corner has been running for over a year. We've seen a lot of faces here over the past year. And YAPOS specifically is a special series that is focusing on young professionals and creates spaces for young professionals from all walks of life to share experiences and create peer-to-peer learning and spaces to exchange. And YAPOS is doubly special to us because it's run by the 11th cohort of our AUYVC, the African Union Youth Volunteer Corps. Of which Janice is Madam President, which is a bit of an inside designation. Janice is the president of the fictitious country of this cohort. So this week we're super excited. Our theme is engaging communities online, arts and media as a tool for agency. And we are so excited because we're getting into some of those spaces that we've been clamoring for a long time for us to speak about how we work as professionals in arts and media and how we can use it, going off of some of the conversations we had earlier today for those who were in this morning's discussion. So without any further ado, I want to welcome everybody. I also want to say a big thank you to our partner, Trace. Trace is supporting us on this conversation and some other conversations in the series. They've been a valued partner of the Youth Division. We've done a lot with Trace under the 1 Million by 2021 initiative. And having said that, I would like to crave your indulgence, Madam President, and hand over to Larry from Trace to just speak a bit about Trace's partnership with the AU and what Trace is trying to do with youth in Africa. And we come back to Janice to take over.
And more importantly, hashtag 1 million by 2021. So with that being said, let's move on. I wanted to just ask everybody a question. Where are you joining this conversation from? You have up there a Menti link, which is in the chat. Please just go ahead and click on it and give us a heads up. Tell us where you're from. Right now, I'm currently in Johannesburg, South Africa. So I want to know where everybody else is. I don't want to just, I know where some of my other colleagues are, so we're looking forward to know where everybody's joining us from. I see some people are dropping it in the chat, but we would really appreciate if you use the Menti. So Lawrence, please could you also share the Menti link in the group chat so everybody can click there and we can know where everybody's joining us from. I see Dublin, Ireland in the chats. I see Mozambique, I see Gambia, Turkey. Embarrass ourselves in case we don't know which flags belong to which country. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you're engaging as well on the Menti chat. I don't know if we're able to also show that up, Lawrence. There we go. Okay, we're seeing so many people engaging us from so many different places. This is so exciting, you guys. You know, this was just an idea that people cooked up behind their screens and their laptops. So to be able to see this come to fruition and to see people joining from all these different places, I am very excited. Thank you so much, guys. Continue to join us and engage us on the Menti link, and remember to join us with the Q&As. I already see them lighting up, which I really appreciate. So without further ado, I am going to hand over to my colleague Ayanda to really step into introducing what the theme of today is. Ayanda, take it away.
Bonjour. And in ways that are interesting to them. Artists have a wide reach and remain influential. As the frontline actors on creative arts, we have an amazing panel of African artists to speak to today about the theme of today's conversation. And the theme is centered around enabling young people to use arts and media to effect change in their communities. The significant contribution of arts and media to the integration of societies and poverty alleviation through job creation and social inclusion in particular has been undoubtedly evident time and again. We have social media advocates and activists that play a critical role in driving online engagements and bringing about socio-economic change. Moreover, the emergence of thriving musicians and social media careers has become more prevalent. Today, we are graced by the presence of 3 rising African stars. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce our amazing speakers. So today we have in the virtual building, Joeboy, Karun, and Oxlade.
Hello,
Joeboy, hello. Joeboy is a fast-rising Nigerian musician, and he was the first artist to participate in Empower Africa, the talent incubator and mentorship program founded by the Afropop superstar, Mr. Easy. Joeboy has become a symbol of the initiative's success and potential, reaching #1 on Apple Music in Nigeria and Uganda with Baby and Beginning, which are his first 2 solo singles, as well as top 10 spots in Kenya, Ghana, and Zimbabwe. Our second artist is Karun, and she's an alternative R&B musician from Nairobi in Kenya, who has successfully captured audiences since she was a teenager. Her career started with the BET-nominated hip-hop group called Camp Mueller, who were critically lauded for their fair and creativity. And since the group disbanded, has been on a journey of self-discovery. And she has invented her personal style into what it is today. She's also an alumni of Mr. Easy's Empower Africa program. Slade featured alongside Sneak on Skengdu's UK underground come to play a short video of Saida Musa, who is a Sudanese artist who used her artistic talents amid the pandemic to uplift her community called Darfur in Sudan, which is widely known for political turmoil. She also encouraged her fellow artists to join her in pursuit of her desired collective impact and her vision for peace and unity. Tech team, take it away.
أنا السيدة موسى، فنانة تشكيلية من دارفور، ودارفور معروفة للعالم كله بالأحداث الحاصلة فيها. أنا من الناس اللي وظفت فنها لأغراض كثيرة تخدم المجتمع، لكن أهمها في الفترة الأخيرة أنا ومجموعة من الشباب التشكيليين بدارفور كونا تيم كبير جدا، واشتغلنا جداريات لإيماننا الكامل بأن الجداريات أكبر وسيلة إنها نستخدمها إنها توعي الناس من حولنا. فاشتغلنا في أماكن عديدة في دارفور جداريات، والجداريات دي كانت للتوعية بمخاطر فيروس كورونا. فاشتغلنا الجداريات دي لإيماننا القاطع إنه ده دورنا، إنه لازم نقف مع المجتمع ونوعيه بمخاطر الفيروس والأضرار الممكن تلحق المجتمع منه. والحمد لله نجحنا نجاح كبير جدا في إننا نحد من انتشار الفيروس بالرسومات على الجداريات. ورسالتي لكل الشباب في دارفور إنه يوظف فنه لخدمة المجتمع ولقضايا إنسانية هامة جدا تساعد في بناء مجتمع سليم ومعافى. بالإضافة إنه الفنون يبقى لها دور أساسي في المجتمع من حولك، في رفع الوعي للناس، الوعي الصحي، الوعي بثقافة السلام، بأشياء عديدة نحن لازم يكون لنا إسهام فاعل كشباب من دارفور.
All right, thank you, technical team. I will now hand over to our moderator for today's conversation, Nono Chabalala, who will take us through the first round of questions for our panelists. Thank you, Nono, take it away.
Thank you very much, Ayanda. Good afternoon to everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm so excited for the conversation this afternoon. And I want to just start with a big, warm, hearty welcome to our amazing speakers, Oxlade, Joeboy, and the beautiful Karun. And before I just go any further, a lot of the people who have joined in today, Amanda made mention of the AUYVC training that is currently ongoing. Those people are on the call and they're going to know that all of the activities that we're planning on the sidelines of the training are in partnership with UNICEF. Our friends at UNICEF, please show them some love in the chat box as well. You know them well, Dr. Adai, Derek, hello, and thank you very, very much for your support. So let me just get right into it. So to our amazing artists, I'm just going to start with questions I will direct to each of you, and you will have a little bit of time to respond to the question. First up is the extremely talented Joeboy. And Joeboy, so in doing some research for this conversation, I heard you say somewhere that when you were a child, you wanted to be a banker growing up.
Yes, actually.
Is that right? Oh my God,
yeah,
thank you so much. Thank you very much for growing out of that.
My felt like at that point, it felt like a really good like career path for me. And I felt, because I had a neighbor when I was younger, I had like a neighbor that used to work in the bank, and he always used to pull up in nice cars, and he used to dress very clean and nice. And I feel like, yo, that seems like a cool occupation. Maybe I should do that.
You know what?
So
that's very valid. That's very valid. So thank you very much for not following that career path. We need your music. Saves us every single day. My first question to you, Joeboy, is so just based on your experience so far in the arts industry, right, as a musician, I think we can agree that music and being an artist, it's cool and it appeals to a lot of young people. But how do you think we could, and all of us, right, as young people, as heads of states, as policymakers, how could we make it more accessible to young Africans so that it's a viable career path?
Yeah, I think we're already in that process already. But personally, for me, I feel better ways to make it a more viable career path is maybe when like artists visit like secondary schools, like high schools, and just like talk to the students, encourage them, make them understand that okay, this could actually be something that they could use to make a difference. Because I know there's a lot of talented young people, but they are mostly scared because there's nobody actually mentoring them or showing them the way. So they feel like it's really going to be difficult and it's somewhat like impossible for them to be like superstars or creatives or artists. So everybody just wants to go like in quote, or almost everybody wants to go in quotes the safe way. Like bankers, the lawyers. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that we've been conditioned to believe that that is like the best or the safest way to be successful young people. But I feel like if artists or people in the entertainment sector can start mentoring young people that are interested in arts, I think it's really going to go a long way in making it a very, very viable career path.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. So I took a few things from that. The lack of mentorship definitely contributes to stunting young creatives. And I think that's why programs like Empower are so important, because they help harness the gifted young Africans. Would you say that that is accurate? Am I hearing you correctly?
Yes, that actually like the Empower program personally for me really helped me in actually like solidifying my career path. Actually, I think things changed for the better, or things got better after I started the mentorship program in Mr. Easy. Actually, so I think mentorship is actually a very, very great path to go to actually increase like the career viability.
Yeah. Thank you very, very much for that. Without much further ado, let me just move on to our next question. So the first thing, hold on to, mentorship is important. This is coming straight from the mouth. Joeboy has shared this with us. The second question is directed to Oxlade. Oxlade, let me tell you first, my brother, before I get into it, the gymnastics, when we were trying to figure out how to pronounce your name, but we eventually got it right. And I'm so happy that you're here to join us.
Happy you got it
right. Say again, sorry.
I said I'm happy you got it right.
Thank you very much. The question that I have for you, we're living in the information age, the digital age. Everybody is swiping on this platform and this platform and this social network. So we can agree that information is a hugely powerful tool for change. And maybe the question is, how do you think, so you're talking to a young person, they don't even need to specifically be in the creative arts, you're talking to a young person, how can they tap into the opportunities that exist within this information age so that people can start inspiring desired change in their communities?
First of all, information is key to development in the society, and lack of information could result to, lack of development. And I would like to say Africa is experiencing a circulation of information in the continent right now, and the youth are currently doing everything possible to tap into the new wave of information and data. Art and culture and science, technology, I feel will be easier if we embrace the act of, spreading the information energy across the world using our social media as, marketing strategies to boost entrepreneurs and all. I can give at least like thousands of reasons why information technology is integral. It also helps, get, two countries together, bonding, meeting new friends, getting to know about, people's crafts and all of that. So information technology is quite as integral as the growth of Africa.
Thank you very much, Oxlade. That is a lot of food for thought. And something that you said stood out to me towards the end of your response, I think around countries learning from each other. And I think it ties into the previous response from Joeboy around mentorship, right? There has to be room to exchange ideas and peer-to-peer learning. So thank you very much. You also made mention around boosting sort of creative entrepreneurship as an industry. And we will come back to that in my second round. They're already shouting at me for time. So if you will allow me to now move on to Karun. Hi, Karun, are you there?
Hi, here I am.
Hi, how are you? Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, Karun. So again, in doing research for this interview, came across one where you It was a quick fire Q&A round. And you said you got off social media almost accidentally, and then you just didn't go back for like 3 months. And then I think when they were introducing you in the beginning, they spoke about the self-discovery journey that you've been on. So maybe to start and ease you into my question, if you could just talk about what sparked that, what was the reason for it?
The reason for my social media dipping, or just my general journey?
Social media dipping into your self-care journey.
Well, I think because social media can show you the perfect image of somebody all the time, that sometimes you get just psychologically, you feel like this is how life is supposed to be, perfect. And as much as social media has so many great benefits, if we're unaware of the way that it makes us think, it can sometimes be harmful. And so just taking a break sometimes really helps to put things into perspective, bring you back into yourself, and then I think you're better equipped to be able to navigate the world of social media.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes, avoiding herd mentality and all those other things. Okay, so the question, and I think this sits nicely with what you've already spoken about. I think we know, right, as being Africans, all of the African countries have some challenge or the other with technology, access to the internet and so on. And our conversation today, right, is around engaging communities online. And I think it's even, this question is perfectly suited for you because Kenya is actually a beacon of technology, I would say, on the continent. So how much would you say access to these online global communities can help young people to engage effectively in their own respective locales, right? Why is it important to be part of bigger conversations?
Oh, I think it's very important. Just access to the internet, like full stop, even if it's not just social media, really broadens your horizons. It shows you what's out there. It exposes you to what you might not be aware of, might be lacking in your own community. I think there's so many tools. People say, oh, how did you become a producer? How did you learn how to play the guitar? Oh, I learned it on the internet. Like, also it breaks those barriers. Maybe financially you might not be able to learn some certain things, but you can maybe Google it. So I think it's very important. Like the youth, it makes things a lot faster, and it connects us in a way that, I mean, everyone talks about how it really connects us, but it also just like broadens our minds, and I think that's important.
Thank you very much, Karun. 100% agree with you. It gives you context of how big the world is and what part you can play in it, right? You know what I wish I could learn online is how to sing, but that's a conversation for another day. I think at this point, I will hand over to Janice, who's going to take our panelists through an exciting game. If anyone struggles, tag me in, please.
Thank you so much, Nono, for the assist. And thank you so much for the meaningful engagement that's been happening so far. As Nono said, we're going to play a little bit of a fun game. But before that, I just want to make it clear that for the past week or so, we have all been jiving, grooving, dancing to all of your music. So thank you so much for allowing us and creating such a vibe for us to be able to really enjoy ourselves and let loose as the 11th cohort. So now getting into the game, let me just tell you what the rules are. So I will give each of our speakers a word that is associated with one of their songs. So it's either a word or a sentence, and I'm going to look to you to either finish off the lyrics that follow after that word or sentence, and it's your choice. You could either say the words, you could sing the songs, you could rap, you could do whatever. So we just want you to just finish off what comes next. So let me get into it. Let me start off with Oxlade. Are you there, my brother? Are you there?
I'm with you, body, soul, and spirit.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so the sentence that I have for you is, I wanna be your owner. What comes next?
After you, game over.
There we go, there we go. And what song is this from?
I think some boy called Oxlade.
I've heard of him. Do you know any other information about him? I'm not sure.
I think his name is Oxlade. He sang Away. And I think the song is quite nice. I'm a fan.
Yeah, me too. Definitely me too. Thank you so much for guessing that correctly. Then let me move on to Joeboy. Joeboy, are you with us?
I'm with you.
Love to hear it. Okay, so the sentence that I have is catapult of love. What comes next?
Now I be saying I don't forget enough of you. Yeah.
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 Thank you so much. And what song is that from?
Yeah, that song is Starts the Baby from the African pop star Joeboy Ponte. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for that. We love it. I just don't even know how I'm supposed to continue now that I've heard you singing, but I'll try my best. Okay, so Karun, are you with me?
Okay, yes.
Okay, cool. So for you, I just have one word, frequency.
Catch a vibe, feel the frequency. Feel alright, baby, we could see if we could be.
Thank you so much. That's what I wanted to hear. And could you also, for a bonus point, tell us what song that comes from?
That's from the song Catch a Vibe by Karun.
Thank you so much. Okay, so this is the second part of our fun game. So I thought I would give you guys the assist in this way. I will tell you the lyrics and then you can tell me what song this is from. So Karun, back to you. I never seen you glow up like this before. I'm taken aback. Hold up, let me explore ya. Yeah, I've never seen you glow up like this before. You're taking me back. Oh, baby, I'd like to let you know.
Yes.
What song is this?
That's Glow Up by me.
Thank you so much. You guys are doing so well. Well, there was never an expectation for you to not do well, but you're doing so well.
That beat.
I know, I would have been very shocked. Okay, so back over to my brother Oxlade. Here are the lyrics to a specific song. My baby girl, I will ride for you. Even if the road is rocky, I dare for you. Boya in the rain or sunny, I go buy Benz for you. What song is that? Are those lyrics associated with?
My baby girl, I will ride for you. Boya in the rain or sunny, I go there for you. Okay, that's O2 by Oxlade.
You know so much about this person, Oxlade's music. We really, really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Good music deserves, love.
It sure does, and it's getting all of it. Okay, thank you so much. So the last one is Joeboy. Now so we enter part 2, step in at the place. Everybody confused, everything good, high life cruise. What song could this possibly be?
So make you call on me. Don't say I go pull up on you. That is called by the African pop star once again.
We love it. We love it. Thank you so much. I feel so blessed to have just listened to all of your voices. Thank you so much for taking part in my fun little game. Let me hand over back to Nono for the second round of questions.
Thank you very, very much, Janice, and thank you to everyone for taking part. That was amazing. Chat box is lit. Let me tell you something. I feel like I'm going to be such a Debbie Downer now from that amazing session, but let's keep it going. First question in this round of questions is directed to Oxlade. Oxlade, you've already started speaking a little bit around how we need to navigate social media spaces, right? So that we can affect positive change or desired change. And I think the question to you is, a lot of us, especially under the context of today's theme around arts, culture, heritage, which is also the AU theme of the year, some of our cultural values, you can find that they are almost in conflict with how we want to carry ourselves on social media, what we want to advocate for on social media. What advice would you give to a young person just to be able to strike that balance? Over to you, Oxlade.
First of all, Our cultural values are what makes us identifiable as a people, and I don't feel that it should limit our use of social media to ask for whatever changes we want in our society. In whatever we do, we should never forget where we came from. I feel that creating an equilibrium between our cultural values and using social media as a megaphone should be based on our personal belief. A lot of things are happening in our society and culture. And I feel like, in fact, we could also use this information to exhibit our cultures and beliefs as Africans to the world. It could also be used as a good PR to, learn new cultures from different zonal, regions that I've never been to before. So yeah, I think the culture and the information energy works hand in hand. It's still also a good tool as PR, obviously good PR to the society and the world at large that, oh, I'm a Lagos boy and this is how we roll in our side of the city.
Absolutely. Wow. You know what? You've said that thing again around people exchanging thoughts, exchanging experiences. And this holds true for us. I'm sitting in the Kingdom of Eswatini talking to you, and you're sitting in Lagos, Nigeria. And this is part of it. You don't leave who you are behind. So thank you very, very much for that. I think lots of people need to be able to glean some useful information from that. Thank you very much, Oxlade.
I think Oxlade is actually in South Africa right now, not Lagos right now. Actually, so if you guys need support him in South Africa.
Support Oxlade in South Africa. When I was stalking his Instagram last night, I think it even said Cape Town. I will not tell you people the address. But yes, support Oxlade.
Well, Larry, shout out to you though.
I do my work, I do my preparation. Okay, so second question is directed to Karun. Karun, I think, again, we're talking in the context of how to navigate online, how to amplify our messaging online. And I think young people are all really good at using online engagement. Once they've decided on a cause or an issue, they're all really good at using that to amplify their message as a megaphone, like Oxlade said. How would you say young people can leverage on arts, culture, and heritage to contribute to some of the ills that take place? There's some standard things that take place and are detrimental to our development as a society. Things like gender-based violence, female genital mutilation, xenophobia, and so, I could go on forever. So how can we use arts, culture, heritage to contribute to the reduction of those things?
Well, first of all, I think most people are very visual, and even just like sonic, and those things kind of hit us very deeply, like we connect with them very deeply. And so I think using art and music and even just like graphics or just your social media to highlight certain topics or certain things that you want to talk about really goes a long way. And just like educating people on what the proper terminology, the proper language around it can really also just like open people's minds. Maybe they're going through something and they don't really know it was a thing. Even just like posting about it and giving people the language to talk about it can really change somebody's life. So yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Karun. Incredibly important points that you're making there around just speak about what you know, first of all, what bothers you, what affects you, and you might start to see how that lends itself to a bigger conversation and you're helping someone else out. Thank you very much for that. Last question is directed to Joeboy, the African pop star. Joeboy, Nigeria has one of, and I'm going to say this with my whole chest, no fear of contradiction, one of the largest music industries in Africa. You people are lit for no reason. And oftentimes, pardon me, so sorry, my questions are dipped. So oftentimes you find that artists use their own voices and their own platforms to advocate for issues that are important to them, right? To amplify specific messaging. And there was the big NSAS movement in Nigeria a few months ago. And you start to see the visibility of artists taking on issues that affect them as people before they're artists. Question to you, how can we continue, and you've already spoken about mentorship, but how can we continue to increase, and all of us, right, increase the visibility of artists from this beautiful continent so that more of our voices are speaking up, so that people are not, when something pops in Lagos, people are not just tagging Oxlade and Joeboy to stick on it. Yeah. Over to you.
Also showed off their dance moves. So we had quite an overwhelming response from our participants. So I want to categorically state that our participants thoroughly enjoyed dancing to your music. Thank you so much to everyone who participated in the challenge. I enjoyed personally watching your amazing dance moves. And in the interest of time, we chose a few videos that capture the essence of what went down in the virtual dance floor. So ladies and gentlemen, enjoy a visual representation of what went down on the dance floor. Tech team, take it away.
Nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need to come to my shawty, wallet. Waiting me down, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need to come to my shawty, wallet. Waiting me down, nothing I can't do for my baby, my shawty. Nothing I can't do for my baby. Anytime when you need me come through, my shawty, wallet. Waiting me down, nothing I can't do. My baby, my shawty, my baby, say you there for me. Yeah, waiting me down, nothing I can't do. My baby. Anytime when you need me come through, my shawty, wallet. Waiting me down, nothing I can't do. My baby. My shawty, my baby. Yeah, waiting me down, nothing I can't do. My baby. Anytime when you need me come through, my shawty, wallet. Waiting me down, nothing I can't do. My baby, my shawty. My shawty, wallet. Waiting me down, nothing I can't do. My baby, my shawty, my baby, say you there for me.
All right, I'll hand over to Nono for the last round of questions and answers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am out of breath, sweating a little bit. I saw Joeboy take a swig of water, and you know what? Same. I was dancing. So guys, the chat box is open, or rather the Q&A box. Send your questions through. These questions are somehow, you know what? The very first question is for Karun. Karun, the question for you is how impactful was when Camp Mula separated or split, and how did it influence your individual sound over time?
Well, I think, first of all, I know a lot of fans ask about the split, but I just want to say to anybody out there that sometimes things are just not meant to be forever. And like, I think it's just a dope thing that it happened in the first place. And I'm like so grateful that there's still people who love the music and remember us, and that's like amazing. So when we split, I feel like I got the chance to experiment with my sound. I got the chance to really like lean into what I wanted to do. I was already producing back then, but I never released anything just because of the pressure of Camp Mula. So it gave me a lot of confidence to step into myself. And I have production credits on my new music, and I think it's only up from here.
Thank you so much. We're rooting for you. I mean, I am personally such a huge fan. So thank you for sharing that. I think that the confidence chat is so important when things change in your life. You know, you don't get stuck there. How do you grow? How do you move? Thank you very, very much for that. Joeboy, someone has a question for you, building off of the last response you gave around NSAS and mobilization for that. And the question is very simple. Why? Why does online engagement matter so much?
I feel it matters so much because I think it's an easier and safer way of passing information. It's safer than going out there to protest, to be honest, because if you go out there to protest, you could get arrested, you could get attacked, you could get robbed. But if you're doing it from the safety of your home and you're still passing across the same message, it's easier. So I'd say it's easier to actually like spread information and protest online than in person. Yeah.
100%. You get your message out there, little less risk to you personally and your physical safety.
Yeah.
But it is as impactful. Thank you very much. Question has come through for Oxlade. The question is, can you briefly take us through your musical making process? That's it. People are just trying to steal your shine and how you do what you do.
Actually, mine is even unsustainable because I think from reality, I sing from pain, I sing from life experiences. So literally, you could hear the emotions from my vocals. So majority of the lyrics I use are lyrics that I would use on a normal ground when I'm chatting with my friends, when I'm chatting with my brothers, when I'm chatting with my family. They're normal terms. Most of the times, I try my best to blend Pidgin English, which is Nigerian Pidgin English, and then the normal English. So it has this perfect balance. And because I know Pidgin is like, it's quite understandable worldwide. Even if, I mean, to Africans, even if sometimes it's quite, different sometimes, you just catch something from, familiar slangs, familiar words that you hear. So I think my music is reality music, and I make feel-good music. I make music that makes people happy. So it depends on my mood. If I'm happy, you hear it from my songs. If I'm sad, you hear it from my songs. If I'm heartbroken, you hear it from my songs. All vibes and communication at the end of the day.
Thank you very, very much, Oxlade, for that. That's amazing. You know what? I have so many Nigerian friends who have refused to teach me how to speak Pidgin. So I speak the Pidgin version of Pidgin English, if that makes sense. But I love that so much. And it's, again, about bringing your full self into your art. Last question, and this is to all three of you. It is putting a spot, it's putting all of you on the spot. The question is, are we likely to get a collabo from the three of you? Let's go. go. Everybody talk at once.
Yes, definitely. I think me and Oxlade we've been on the same songs, I think once or twice. Definitely this year there should definitely this
my
year.
brother.
Yeah. Yeah. And Karun, I've been a big fan from time. Karun, you already
We started
know.
together like
Anytime.
Yeah, I'm open to it.
Karun,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to sound out today. Hope I'll enjoy it, and then we're gonna get to the studio together with Create Magic.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we create partnerships at the African Union. I'm joking. That was all me. Thank you very, very much for that. I think, look, enough of the questions. People are just trying to jam with you. So I will hand over to Ayanda so she can go through our second challenge. Over to you, Ayanda. Thank you so much from me.
Okay. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, most of you might know that it really goes down on the dance floor, right? And I think for that reason, we've decided to give you another round of the TikTok challenge. So enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. Tag team.
So right, don't know anyone who makes me catch your vibe, feel the frequency, get your vibe on you and me, feel alright, baby, we could see if we could be right. See, there's something about the way you smile, hold your breath and baby, we could catch your vibe, feel the frequency, get your vibe on you. It's a part of me. I don't know anyone who feels so right. Don't know anyone who makes me get your vibe, feel the frequency, get your vibe on you and me. Feel alright, baby, we could see if we could be right. See, there's something about the way you smile, hold your breath and baby, we could get your vibe, feel the frequency, get your vibe on you and me. Feel alright, baby, we could see if we could be. I said
yeah, waiting the dark, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need, yeah, waiting the dark, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need me, come through, my shawty, wallet. Waiting the dark, nothing I can't do for my baby, my shawty. Yeah, waiting the dark, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need me, come through, my shawty. Yeah, waiting the dark, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. Anytime when you need me, come through, my shawty, wallet. Waiting the dark, nothing I can't do for my baby, my baby. Let us go far away, miles away, far away, to a place where no one can dictate how we play. Let us go far away, miles away, far away. Let us go far away, miles away, far away, to a place where no one can dictate how we play. Let us go far away.
Thank you so much, Tech Team. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of today's segment. And I hope that you have enjoyed the conversation on arts and media as a tool for agency. But before we adjourn, I want to encourage you all to be engaged in your communities and be agents of change. You are the breed that Mother Africa has been waiting for. Let us all go out there and make a meaningful contribution in shaping the Africa we want. So I want to use these last few minutes to give our esteemed artists the opportunity to share with us or rather our AUYVC cohort of FEST, what it is that they would want our participants to walk away with from today's conversation. And I think I'll start with Karun.
Okay. I think it's important to be positive online. And if you do have something important to say, I think it's a good avenue to say it. I think somebody will always benefit from it. And I think it's amazing to see young people involved in technology and like getting really, really good at even like coding and stuff like that, like to that level of tech where we can actually change systems and like build things that work for our people, our way. I think it's really important to do things as Africans for Africans. And if any of you guys over here are, if you have those kind of talents, like I just like encourage you to go do that.
All right. Thank you so much, Karun. Over to you, Oxlade.
I feel like information is as important as water, so to say, because it enriches African society financially, economically. It also opens chances for job opportunities. I mean, in as much as it is a marketing tool, it's also a good PR tool. So whatever you have in stock as a youth out there all over Africa, this is me telling you, you have the easiest way to showcase your talent or to pass an information to the world at large. So don't hesitate to encourage the information technology.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joeboy. Participants, I hope that you've captured what our esteemed artists want you to take away from this conversation. And I think without wasting any time, I want to hand over to Madam President, Her Excellency Yanis Kumalo, for last remarks.
Thank you so much, Ayanda. I don't know if we actually got to hear the final remarks from Joeboy. Joeboy, please, over to you. One last thing.
Yeah. I'd say personally for me, I'd say the importance of social media cannot be overemphasized. Like, and I'd say social media is the future actually. So is one of the best ways to actually like spread information and make our voices heard in an easy way. Like this conference we're having right now is made possible through social media. Like we're all sitting down in different parts of the continent, different parts of the world, and we're speaking in real time. And that is a really, really great thing. So social media is really, really important, and social media is the future.
Thank you so much for those final sentiments. I think it's important for us to note those three things. Use social media as much as you can and be aware of its importance. And Karun mentioned, be positive online if you can be. You should be. And I feel like Oxlade also mentioned, information is as important as water. He said water, and I love to hear it. Thank you so much to all of the artists and our speakers today. This has been such an amazing engagement. The chat box has been going insane since the moment we started this conversation. Thank you to the amazing hosts, Ayanda and Nono, and for our tech team and the whole AUYVC. Thank you so much to the 11th cohort. We've been jiving and grooving to all of the different music and the TikToks. Thank you so much for engaging in that challenge. Thank you so much to the AUC, to UNICEF, to everybody who's participated in making this real, and to Trace, more importantly, for this collaboration. So now let's remember, this is the second round of our YAPOS Talks. We're going to have another one and another one and another one. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because this is just the beginning and we cannot wait to see what comes into the future. Let's continue these conversations online as we have been advised to do so. Don't forget all of the hashtags. And thank you so much to everybody who made sure that this was a successful day. So let's go back into the world, continue to stalk everybody online and do the right thing. Positive vibes, positive energy. Thank you so much, everybody. Over and out from Madam President.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.